Busy Bees. Today we are back with another chapter in our My Weird School series, Book 8, Miss LaGrange is Strange by Dan Gutman. But before we get into our chapter today, we will be getting to our riddle of the day. And the riddle of the day is, I am a month in a year and have 28 days. Who am I? And I'll tell you again. I am a month in a year and have 28 days. Who am I? And I will give you the answer to the riddle at the end of our chapter. So let's pop open the book and fly through this adventure together. So yesterday, the students were in the lunchroom and the boys were playing around where an apple juice ends up falling on the ground and Emily ends up slipping over it. And then Miss Gillicuddy comes over there and she gets very upset and she ends up slipping and she says, I quit. So let's get into the next chapter. A special guest, chapter 2. Finally, it was time for recess. Mr. Klutz, our principal, says kids today don't get enough exercise. There should be recess all day long, if you ask me. We should have school for half an hour instead of the other way around. Then we'd get lots of exercise. That was cool when Miss Gillicuddy quit, Ryan said as we climbed the monkey bars. Yeah, I said. I guess they'll have to find a new lunch lady. Where are they gonna find a new lunch lady? Asked Michael. Mr. Klutz will put an ad in the paper, Ryan said. That takes too long, Michael said. We need a lunch lady tomorrow. Michael was right. If Mr. Klutz didn't get a new lunch lady tomorrow, there would be no lunch tomorrow. And if there was no lunch tomorrow, we would starve and die. My friend Billy, who lives around the corner, told me that if people have no food, they get so hungry they'll even eat dirt. Maybe our moms can be lunch ladies, Michael said. I don't think that's going to happen. My mom doesn't even like to cook for our family, and we have 2 kids, not 300. The bell rang. It was time to line up and go back to Miss Daisy's class. Recess is way too short. We hardly had any chance to play. I had forgotten what happened to Emily in the vomitorium, but the girls were still talking about it when we got back to class. Emily had apple juice on her clothes, and she looked upset, like her hamster died or something. It was all your fault, AJ, said Andrea. My fault, I said. You're the one who knocked the apple juice over. You shot a straw at my head, Andrea said. I did not, I said. I shot a straw wrapper at your head. There's a big difference. Well, you're not invited to my birthday party, Andrea said. I wouldn't go to your stupid birthday party even if I was invited, I said. Nah, 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 boo-boo on her. Clap, 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 clap. Miss Daisy clapped her hands, which means that everybody has to stop talking. I was going to start a unit about ancient Egypt today, but first I have some exciting news, Miss Daisy said. Elementary school has won an award. Our school has been named the cleanest school in the district. Next week, a special guest is coming to present us with the award. Ooh, who is it? Everybody asked. It's Elementary. Elementary? She's a lady our school was named after. On the front lawn, there's a big sign that says Elementary Elementary School. There's a framed picture of her outside the front office, too. She looks like she's about 100 million years old. I thought Elementary was dead, but Miss Daisy told us she's not only alive, but she lives just a few blocks away. Elementary was a student at this school a long time ago, Miss Daisy said. She went on to become a teacher here, and she taught students like you for 30 years. That's a long time to have the same teacher, I said. Everybody laughed, even though I didn't say anything funny. Did she teach Abraham Lincoln? Ryan asked. I don't know, said Miss Daisy, who doesn't know anything. Maybe we can ask Mrs. Mentry when she comes to visit. Miss Daisy went to the chalkboard and wrote, Did you teach Abraham Lincoln? Maybe we can do something to honor Ella Mentry when she comes to visit, said Andrea Young, who's always trying to think of ways to do more work. Andrea will even ask for more homework. That's a great idea, said Miss Daisy. How about we honor her by taking the day off from school, I suggested. That's how we honor Martin Luther King Jr. Mrs. Mentry would have wouldn't be very happy to show up and find there are no children here, Miss Daisy said. She loves kids. If she really loved kids, she would let us have the day off from school, I said. Miss Smarty Pants Andrea was waving her hand in the air and moaning, ooh, 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 like she had to go to the bathroom. I have an idea, Andrea said. We can make posters and banners and write letters to Elementary. I hate her. Why can't a safe drop on her head like in the cartoons? That sounds marvelous, said Miss Daisy, who loves all of Andrea's dumb ideas that involve us doing more work. We had been learning how to write letters anyway. So Miss Daisy had us all write a letter to Elementary. Writing letters is hard. I didn't know what to say. We had to stand up and read our letters in front of the class. Andrea wrote a letter saying how excited she was that Elementary was coming to visit. She said it must be really neat to have a school named after you, and that we were going to be on our best behavior for her. What a brown noser. I was hoping Miss Daisy would forget to call my name, but she didn't. So I had to stand up in front of everybody and read. Dear Mrs. Mentry, my name is AJ and I hate school, but I'm glad they named our school after you. Old people always forget things, like their names, but you can never forget your name because every time you walk by our school, you see it in big letters. When I get old, I hope they name a skate park or a football stadium after me instead of a school. I wouldn't want my name on a place where kids are tortured all day. Sincerely, AJ. P.S. If you want, when you come visit, I will burp the alphabet for you. Brian says he can do it, but when he tried, he threw up. It was almost 3 o'clock. Miss Daisy said she would drop our letters off at Elementary's house after school. Somebody asked if the lunch lady really quit or would she be back tomorrow. Miss Daisy said it was true that Mrs. McGillicuddy was not coming back. What are we going to do? Ryan asked. If we don't have a lunch lady, there will be no lunch. You can't have a lunch without a lunch lady. We'll starve and die. We've got to do something, said Emily, and she went running out of the room. Emily's weird. Oh, don't worry, Miss Daisy said. I hear we're going to have a very special lunch lady tomorrow. And that is the end of our chapter for today. Oh my goodness. So they are going to go and give the lady that they named the school after some wonderful letters. I thought AJ's letter was just like AJ. It was to himself to the T. I'm interested to see what Mrs. Mentry is going to have to say about that. But we will find out sooner than later, probably within this week, what happens. So let's get to the answer of our riddle. So our riddle was, I am a month in a year and have 28 days. Who am I? And the answer is, drum roll please, all the months. If you said 1 month like February, March, April, you are completely correct, but it's actually all 12 months. All 12 months have 28 days. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you'd like to follow along for more adventures, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you on the next one.